A happy day ahead, friends. Today we are going to look into Criterion 6 of NAC. It is on governance, leadership, and management. Governance, leadership, and management play a very crucial role. We have seen it in our previous videos also. Governance plays a very important role. When we talk of the governance, leadership, and management, NAC has certain areas which we will like to highlight today and which we will be talking about today. Criteria 6 has 5 major aspects which are known as the 5 metrics. The first metric happens to be institutional vision and leadership. It carries 10 marks. So the second one is 6.2 strategy development and deployment, again 10. Faculty empowerment strategies, which makes up a very big component of NAC, which has a score of 30. Financial management and resource mobilization has 20. And internal quality assurance cell, which is the most important and the backbone of quality for a college, it carries 30 marks. The total score goes to 100. We will be talking currently about the first part, institutional vision and leadership. The question that comes in, or the metric that comes in, happens to be the governance of institution is reflective of an effective leadership in tune with vision and mission of the institution. This question, that is 6.1.1, is to be written down in 500 words and carries 5 marks. When we look at the current mechanism of NAC, you are able to see NAC assesses the self-study report in 3 ways: the SSR, the peer team visit, and the student satisfaction survey. The SSR carries objective questions primarily. It carries statistical data, which includes the 70% of the component and is assessed. You have to send the report and it is assessed over there. The 30% component comes with the peer team visit, and within the 70% component there is one more part which is called a student satisfaction survey, which comes in criteria 2, that is 2.7.1, which is of 60 marks and which goes to the students again. Criteria 6 primarily is related to the peer team visit, and therefore you will find subjective questions coming in criteria 6. This first question carries 10 marks. It has 2 sub questions, and it is the first question, or the first metric, has 5 marks. I will repeat the question again and we will talk about it. The governance of the institution is reflective of an leadership in tune with vision and missions of the institution. It would mean that we need to write down something about the vision and the mission statement of the organization. Secondly, we need to talk about the governance of the organization. We need to think of the perspective plan of the organization, and we also need to think about the role of teachers in decision making bodies over here. Let us take the vision and mission statement of one of the colleges in Mumbai. This is VES Pharmacy College. Just for an example that I am taking. The vision of this particular college happens to be creating competent pharmacy professionals to positively impact the healthcare of the society. A vision statement is normally not changed for a very long period of time. A vision statement goes on for at least 10 years. You can change a vision and a mission statement provided you feel that the vision and the mission statement has been accomplished. In this particular case, since it's a pharmacy college, you are able to see they are making a mention of creating competent pharmacy professionals. Point number 1. Point number 2, to impact the healthcare system of the society. It would mean that they are interested in having good pharmacists and a good healthcare mechanism of India. This is the vision of the organization. Vision यानी दूर की सोच. What do you see down the lane after 5 years, after 10 years, after 20 years, after 25 years. That is what a vision happens to be. So vision will be changed lesser number of times. How to accomplish this vision is the mission. And therefore, along with the vision comes the mission. Now, if this is their vision statement, creating competent pharmacy professionals to positively impact the healthcare of the society, how are they going to achieve it is the second aspect that comes in. Now, let us look into it. What do they say in their vision, in their mission statement? They are going to achieve this by number one, maintaining quality education. Number two, for providing quality education, a competent faculty. So with a good faculty, a good education can be delivered. For having a good faculty, a good skilled support is needed. So with a skilled support, they will be able to cater to the pharmacy professionals into the business. For this, they need state-of-art infrastructure. So you are able to see they have included it in their mission statement that a state-of-art infrastructure will be provided. They are also going to provide a conducive academic environment that promotes interactive learning. It would mean that this organization is focusing on providing the best of the education through skilled professionals. So their primary sources, we are into education for the pharmacists, we are going to provide the best possible education, we are going to have the best possible teachers, we are going to have the state of the art infrastructure, we are going to have an excellent backup system, we are going to see to it that the professional who is going to go out of the organization is going to be a trained professional. They also make a mention of not only that they are going to talk about training, not only that they are going to talk about teaching, they are also talking about research. So where they make a mention to build up the research capabilities of the institution so that the student goes in for research and to provide opportunities for active professional network, also to inculcate values and commitment towards a better healthcare society. A vision and a mission statement is a policy statement. A vision and a mission statement is a benchmark. And if that benchmark is to be achieved, any benchmark will come with ethics. If I make a mention saying that, well, we have an organization and our results are 100%. All our students pass. That would mean that they ethically pass. If an organization has only a mission of passing all the students, and if they are not ethical, that organization is not going to grow. The students are of no use with that education in the future. And therefore, any vision and mission statement must come with an ethicality. This is the reason why I have chosen this particular vision and mission statement. A vision statement always needs to be very short. A vision statement needs to be meaningful. A vision statement, though does not take you anywhere directly, it gives you the broad idea of what is the objective of the organization. Vision and mission statement really matter the most. Now when we talk of vision and mission statement, there is something more. We need to look at the question again. One, what is the vision and mission statement? And two, how is the governance reflective of an effective leadership? It would mean that based on the vision and mission statement, the organization conducts a very large number of activities. These activities will be reflecting the vision and mission statement of the organization. And if they are going to go hand in hand, then that leadership is going to be a reflective leadership. It is for this reason this part becomes a very important aspect. An organization must have a vision and mission statement. Number two, an organization must have a vision and mission statement with ethicality, and with the help of vision and mission statement and perspective plan, life can go on ahead for an organization. This is what is 6.1.1, what NAC expects. Now, when we talk of vision and mission statement, we also need to look into the core areas, what they are asking for. Part A, the word should reflect is important. Part B, effective leadership is important. Part 3, vision and mission statement is important. These are the three areas that we need to understand when we are going to make a mention or we are going to write down the NAC statement.